Hello everyone, I'm High Treason. I'm looking scruffy as hell today. Look at the state of this thing. I think I need a new one. But yeah, I think it's time I do an update because I haven't done anything else for a while. To be honest, I haven't even been at home just lately. I've been very, very ill. Still not really better. I've got holes in my back, probably got holes in my stomach, and just all around not good times. And I won't go into detail, but they're not good times. So yeah, flashback first. Nobody's complained about it, so I'm guessing that's a good thing. That's going ahead as planned. Yeah, I had to hack out some grainy nudity out of the last one, but I'm going to go ahead and upload the genital mutilation on the next one, probably at the weekend. But I'm going to do that separately to the main one with an age restriction, so I can hopefully get away with it. Yeah, because it's kind of horrible. You better have a strong stomach if you're going to watch that. I don't get upset about stuff like that. I can just sit there like, oh, I think I'll eat my sandwich. It's not a very good animation, but yeah, so that's going ahead. Yeah, not sure which the next special will be, because I've already rendered them. They're just kind of going up in whatever order. I'm going to relabel them all, because it's not quite worked out with the way I've labelled them, but that's not a problem. It's just editing the video title. Computer videos, well, those will make a comeback very soon. And I've noticed there's a whole area I haven't touched upon yet. And you've probably noticed these cases next to me here, and I try and make a mystery of what's in them, but some people visit the same forums I do and see how much of a prick I am on the forums. Yeah, I'm an asshole. I said in my first post on the forum I'm thinking of, I was an asshole. I'm not joking, I'm an asshole. That's just the way I am, you know. I know I'm an asshole, I know I piss people off, and I get off on pissing people off. You know, I apologise, that's the way I am. I can't change that. Just go with it, you know. There's far worse things in the world to be getting mad about. So yeah, some of you already know what these are, down to what model they are and what they do. However, you know, I think there's the potential to be interesting. The only thing I'm going to say is that I probably won't be stripping the guts out of these very much. You know, they're a pain in the ass to do that with, to be honest. I'd like to avoid it. One or two, you know, two of these three we might have a look in. Because one of them I've got to take to bits to mend the cooling fan that's not working. The other one doesn't have a cooling fan, but I'm still repairing it, so there's not even screws holding it together. And speaking of which, the other day I watched, it was on a desktop system. I'm sorry, I'm probably going to hiccup and burp. I can't stop. There's no point in me trying to record this again because it just keeps happening. So bear with me. My throat is burning right now. I've got really bad acid 24/7. But yeah, if I just start coughing, burping and stuff, I'm sorry. But yeah, the other day I watched somebody, a video, just a guy basically replacing the CMOS battery on his desktop. It's like, oh great, yeah, that's really good, that. What an entertaining fucking video. See what I mean about me being an asshole? At least I'm not saying his name. You know, I could be even more of an asshole. But yeah, so I just want to be an asshole now. How many times have I used that word? And show that I don't have to replace my battery, as this situation arose not so long ago when I was working on one of these portable systems. They used to make good fucking batteries. Like I say, how long it's going to run it on, I don't know. But let's make the machine do something. We're running at full speed, I believe. Yeah, we're doing very simple vector graphics. But yeah, we're running this thing pretty fast. You know, 16 megahertz 286. Check that out. What a fucking winner! Oh yeah. Now you know what? And this one will get a video as well. I'd like to see Dell's batteries last that long, because if anybody out there knows which model this is, and which batteries it takes, then you probably wouldn't so willingly hold it in your hand and leave it running next to where you go to sleep every night, because these are known to have a few problems, and mine is the later version of it, which basically, which is probably why I don't have a battery connected to it right now, but it's on the ground and apparently they can go run away without being connected. So good news, and that thing will get a video at some point, and it won't be a happy one. So yeah, that's what we've got coming up computer wise. I don't know what order these are going to happen in. There's still things being done, you know. The littlest one here, which is actually the most powerful of the bunch, this is mostly done. It just needs a cooling fan repair. It wouldn't surprise me if this one ended up first, although this is very near repair, this one in the middle, which is the least powerful of the bunch. And if that camera was angled differently, this is an official case, you'd be able to see the logo. Actually, you might see it now, because you know what, I'm going to go and get the manual, because I still have the manual, and probably would, because it says what the model is on the front. So that might well turn up. You actually will know what that one is. Actually, what it was, 6 minutes. What do you say I get it out of the bag? We have a quick look. I probably won't start it up, but we'll have a look at the cosmetics, and I'll just walk you through it. Maybe I'll pull the lid off because there's no screws. And the big bastard at the back there is, hardware-wise, is all operational. Software's pretty much running. Firmware, though, I'm sort of toying with a bit. I've been in, you know, it's actually working without its BIOS chip in. That right there, you might be able to figure it out from that. So I've been talking to some guy, I think he's from Finland and stuff, and yeah, I've got this working through his website and playing with some files he had. So I'm going to help him out with some stuff now. He seems fine, really, and yeah, you know. Oh, and I got a new toy while I'm here. Yeah, there'll be no more hot flashing for me, because now I've got a new EEPROM programmer, which I've needed one for years. This is TL866, a very cheap thing from China. Actually works really well. The software's not half bad, so if you want a cheap EEPROM programmer, check the compatibility list first if you've got certain chips in mind, but the majority of BIOS chips and stuff this will work with, and you get the adapters, which I have somewhere. You can do different chip types. You can do them little square ones, what the name of them, like PLCC or something. Do those as well. So yeah, those are pretty neat. Like this one, you can actually do those, but only 32 pin. It comes with an adapter if you want to pay a few more quid. So yeah, we got some interesting hardware on the go. But let's get the Zenith out. Yeah, it's a Zenith. You know what it is already. There's no point in me trying to cover it up. And we'll talk a tiny bit about it, but obviously not too much, because we want to save it for when it gets its own video. And yeah, obviously that's what we're going to do. I wonder, would that go the other way? Probably would, actually. No, it doesn't. Good God, it's flogged to death, this thing, it really is. Yeah, got too harsh on it. A lot of miles out. How did that go to get that? No, fix it another time. My heater's not going to set that on fire, is it? I don't think it is. Right, this thing. Yes, we're going to be doing shaky hold the camera in my hand stuff now. But this isn't an on the record video. You know what I miss when laptops came with those? It was a very useful feature. I don't have that on that Dell. The amount of times I've nearly dropped it is ridiculous. In fact, I have dropped it, but it's fucked anyway, so I don't really care. So yeah, this thing. Let me move that camera. So I don't want to have to edit this, I just want to be able to sling it through a converter. if I can get away with it. So yeah, that Zenith right there. Well, what we've got going on in the... how's the light? It's okay, it's better than it looks. By the way, yes, the battery does work. I wasn't joking with you. It is a functioning battery. And you can... actually, let me turn that round. It will probably fail to boot because I don't have the disc in. There you go, you can actually make out the text on the screen. It's working on batteries from the 1980s. Fuck your batteries, Dell. These are a 286 laptop, as you can probably tell from Slim Sport 286. These are the lesser known cousin of the Super Sport. I think these came first. The Super Sport was one of the first major government purchases of laptops because they were used by the military. They had stackable batteries and were very expandable. This apparently had stackable batteries available according to the manual, although I've heard they didn't, so I don't know how accurate that is. These were capable of connecting to an expansion box, and obviously external floppies and printers, serial, and a VGA monitor, which is quite impressive for the time that has VGA on it, from the late 1980s. Probably make out there's still screws missing. That expansion box allowed you to install ISA cards, which is something I'd like to see brought back, because quite a few laptops used to be able to do things like that, and that was a very, very good idea in my opinion. I think they should do that. I'd love to be able to get a new laptop, HP EliteBook, plug it into a dock and be able to install PCI Express cards in it and such. Would be fucking brilliant. I mean, imagine you could put a RAID card in there or anything. The RAID card would store the array, so you could undock the laptop, you can carry on using it without the array. Plug it back in, the array comes back, you've got your RAID array back. It'd be brilliant. Of course, now everyone uses NAS, even I'm going that way. Yeah, inside this thing, you know, there's a lot of little features we'll go into. That actually a CMOS battery, and it's not looking that remarkable on the surface. I'll explain to you why that's brilliant another time. You're going to notice there's stuff missing in here, and you may have noticed the floppy disk thing's grey. It's taken me 10 years to get this to a state of working again. I've been through every inch of this thing. Inside, pretty standard fare. You have the area the battery connects to. So it looks like there's a green LED lit in the reflection about there from where I'm sat, where my finger is. Where is that? I'm not sure what that's picking up on because there's no light in there. There's no power connector. It smells really mouldy, this thing, because it's been in the cupboard that much. It's part of the power supply. It gets really hot. And we have a floppy drive. It has best test written on it. It's the name of the eBay store I bought this thing from. It's not the original floppy drive. The original one was broken. There's no hard drive, that's under the keyboard. Processor's down in this corner somewhere. It's a 16 MHz 286, which is actually quite powerful for a 286. It is a low power version. The modem's down here. I've heard that you could swap that out with Ethernet. I don't know how accurate that is, but there is an interchangeable fascia on it, and I have a blank one and the one for the modem. I don't know about any other version, and I don't know what the modem is. Couldn't tell you. Probably can just use it as a stock standard modem. It's probably Hayes compatible or something. It had a 21 MB hard drive. I'm going to put a compact flash card in it. I've only got a 4 gig one spare, but probably going to be limited to about 500 meg if it even works. I can't use any of the larger hard drives I've got. It just won't start up with them in, like, you won't even get post. So the CF card will probably do the same, but I already have the CF card, and they're that cheap and we'll use them anyway, so it makes no odds to me. You know, $1.99 for an adapter from Hull. Actually, the adapter I've ordered is coming from Hull. I didn't notice until I'd nearly ordered it. You know, I was like, oh, it's in the UK, it won't take long to get here. Yeah, it's actually in Hull. I'm in Hull. It's just the other side of the city that it's in. So yeah, it was a bit of a nice Coincidence? But yeah, I mean, this thing is pretty much getting ready to go, and you know, we'll be fucking running it soon with the hard drive with any luck, or a form of hard drive. So there you go, that is my Zenith Slim Sport, and you will be seeing these things very soon. Now obviously that wasn't so in depth, but I'd like to think I got a bit of information. According to the manual, this battery could last around 2 hours, 2.5 hours something, which actually, you know what, that's pretty good going, and I believe it probably would have done if you ran it in slow mode with, you know, D-turbo and cranked the brightness down and everything. You probably would have been able to do that from what I've seen, because let's put it this way, that battery is still working about 28 years later. It doesn't hold charge as well as it did when it came out of the factory, but it holds a charge. You know, that's not a joke. That is good fucking going by Zenith right there, as you've already seen. So yeah, there's the thing. If I don't want to edit this, I can't include that video. Well, you know what, fuck it, we'll see what happens, won't we? You've seen it running on battery anyway, but I think the other footage was more impressive. But yeah, there it is, and like I say, you'll be seeing that and the other one soon. And therefore you'll be seeing me again soon, which is good, because I like to appear as, you know, I don't know what that disc does, it just fell out the case. The case has always had like disc spaces and stuff. It's probably, I wonder what DOS I should run on here, because I've got the Zenith OEM DOS somewhere, maybe I should run that, but who knows, you've got places for pens and everything, you know, you could use and put screwdrivers in. Well, we'll look at the case another time, because like I said, this is the official case, this is what Zenith gave you with the thing. And bloody hell, they were, this is probably one of the best quality laptop cases I've ever bloody seen. I can see using this if the Super Sport was a better product, which it probably was, why the military would want them, because it looks like quality wise these things were hardcore, because this thing was heavily abused by previous owner and me, and in reality it kept running. I mean, what's a couple of drive failures? Well, the floppy drive looked like somebody had bent it anyway. The hard drive was just up, and how long are they going to last? So yeah, that is a pretty nice machine. So I'm High Treason, thanks for watching, and I'll see you again soon with this stuff. Hopefully, you know, I say hopefully every time, because shit, I don't like to make promises these days, because something always seems to go wrong. Hey, this is working, I'll have another video up in 24 hours. I mean, I already rendered it weeks ago. Yeah, good luck. That sure happened, didn't it? So yeah, thanks for watching, I'll see you later. I will have a bit of editing to do, because I'll have another synth video soon with it. Look, these keyboards are now 30 years old. So maybe some of that, early beginnings of something. I'm High Treason, see you later.